Oh man, a little bit earlier in the day compared to what I normally do. Oh man, debating and doing the same, but I'm still in my jammies, so I'm glad you're streaming it. Yes, we're streaming the Nintendo Direct today. But that's all we're doing. I have some other stuff to do a little bit after. It looks like this Nintendo Direct is to be about 40 minutes or so. Yes, I'm gonna read this specifically because last time we had a Nintendo Direct, Nintendo was like, you know, I guess I can full screen this. Last time we had a Nintendo Direct, Nintendo was like, "Oh, okay, tune in for, however long it was. We'll be talking about games that are releasing in the first half of 2021." And then they revealed Splatoon 3 coming out in 2022. So, I don't know how much I should trust their word on things that they say. Um, I mean, the time is almost always accurate, so roughly 40 minutes. Why does it say roughly 40 minutes? Is it 40 minutes or is it like 50 minutes? That's weird. Tune into a Nintendo Direct, or tune in for a Nintendo Direct with roughly 40 minutes of info focused exclusively on Nintendo Switch software. It makes me think that pretty much everything's going to be software, but it says focused. It doesn't say talking exclusively about it, it says focused. And focused makes me think that, like, yeah, that's generally where they're looking, but maybe one or two things on the side, like, hey, Switch Pro. My expectations are pretty low. No idea what, but apparently GameStop employees have packages they can't open till today. Ooh. I see. I saw people were freaking out about GameStop saying, uh, get a new Nintendo Switch. People were like, "What's a new Nintendo Switch?" And then everybody's like, GameStop has used consoles, right? That just means it's a new one, not a used one." People are really desperate for like a new Nintendo Switch, like an actual Pro of sorts. Which I mean, I get it. I get it. It'd be cool to have a Switch that does 4K. Can't see a new Switch coming this soon. I mean, I could have seen a while ago Nintendo working on a Switch Pro, but at the same time, it doesn't fully like make that much sense. They're still trying to get normal Switches off, and I mean, for the most part, there's not too much that calls for it unless they're really trying to develop games that take, full power of something more than what the Switch can handle, which I don't think they're doing right now. Um, but if Nintendo is not making a Switch Pro at the moment, they definitely will be now because Nvidia, that makes the chips for the Switch, are not making those chips anymore. They've stopped doing it. So Nintendo now has to find. It's not like they'll have a shortage of switches or anything like that soon. Like, it's stopping eventually. Um, so I mean, they're eventually going to have to find a new chip for the Switch and make a new version of the Switch. So I mean, would make sense at that point to make a new enhanced Switch of sorts. I feel like it might have been the plan for COVID. Yeah, COVID skyrocketed the Switch. I'd say a little bit, but I think it was still on track. It was a unique enough console. Definitely helped though. I think it skyrocketed the Switch Lights for sure. The Switch itself, I mean, it probably definitely did in some way, but I think it still would have been fine. The new Switch supposedly demands a different kind of chip. Yeah, it's just because Nvidia doesn't make the ones that are currently in it, or are going to stop making them anyway. So, and the Switch had an update too for like updating the firmware for the dock, which is cool, but like, I don't know why you would need to do that in the current dock. There's not too much there. Um, and there's not much there to change. So I would imagine a new dock would be something as well to try to upscale or give additional power for the Switch. Um, I don't know on that front. There's been rumors saying there's a dock that's supposed to have like an extra chip in it that when docked is supposed to use what Nvidia has their DLSS technology, which is basically to run the game at a lower resolution, get trained on the game to then try to use an AI to upscale the game to make it look like it's higher, but it's actually running a lot lower to save power and performance. Um, and that's in a lot of PC games right now. I don't know if there are console games using that. I don't think so. I don't think PS5 or Xbox has that ability, but Nintendo has a partnership with Nvidia, so maybe. I just want a Breath of the Wild 2 date. I can't take any more speculation articles. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm setting my expectations low for the most part. From things I've heard of Breath of the Wild 2, I'm going to assume that we're not going to see much, but maybe they'll make some sort of cinematic trailer teaser to try to show off a little bit more of the story, but I don't expect a release date. Maybe a release year or a quarter, like a Q4 2022 or something like that. Um, I could see that at the most. I don't think they're not going to release like a specific date. They're not going to probably show much gameplay at all, if any. I think because what I've heard of Breath of the Wild 2 is that like we know that it started off from DLC ideas that was then expanded into a new game because they had so many. From what I've heard after that is they had even more ideas and like bigger ideas because of that ability. And so they added even more because now they knew they were making a second game, and now it's become this really big project again. And so it's kind of shifted from being like, an Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask where they just kind of pumped it out from what Ocarina of Time was, made a few new things, and then made Majora's Mask. It's become more of like they made Ocarina of Time and now they're making Wind Waker. It's a bit different than what it was supposed to be to start off, and that is obviously delayed it. That's why we didn't see it last time Nintendo did a direct. They were like, "Oh, we just don't have anything. Here's Skyward Sword remastered," which I could care less about. I don't care. Um, so yeah, John's bar of expectations is in the ground. That's fair. Yeah, I don't raise my expectations too high for Nintendo. I mean, I used to all the time, but my general theory about that is just like, have a few things that you think you can for sure expect. I expect a few. I want to hope. I mean, I expect the Smash character to be here. I would be surprised if there's nothing. Um, Even if it's just a reveal trailer, there's no gameplay. But I mean, we've known about and had the last character for a little while now, so I feel like we should have something on that. It seems about due time for that. So I expect that. And usually that's a pretty big thing, and it is. I would say that's going to be, if it's there, that's going to be one of the biggest things for sure. It always is. So I expect a Smash character reveal. Um, some people are like, "Oh, Mario Kart 9." No, no, stop it, please. I feel like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe could have had some DLC. Like they had Mario Kart 8, they had DLC for that, and that became Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with some more stuff on top of that. I feel like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe could have had more DLC, like battle mode DLC, maybe even more tracks beyond that. I just feel like they might not have wanted to expand it like so much, but I mean, there's no problem in that. They could have done that. But I feel like Nintendo on top of that was like, "Oh, we don't want to expand Mario Kart 8 so much so that when we do make a Mario Kart 9, we don't have to like reach that bar of like that many tracks, that many modes and all that kind of stuff." Cuz I feel like if they make a Mario Kart 9, they're going to have to make as many cups as they did in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with like the DLC included, and they're going to have to make that much, which I'm not complaining about, but it means it's going to take longer. But I don't think I don't think Mario Kart 9 is going to be revealed. Um, I really don't know what to expect in terms of reveals, honestly. Um, I heard something about one leak. I won't talk about it here, just to keep the surprises as plentiful as possible. But either way, the game that was leaked, um, I don't think it's not a Nintendo game. It's a third party game, but it's a notable series. Um, and it's a game that I kind of already knew was in development, so it's fine. Um, Not really taking me by surprise there. Um, Woo, F-Zero! No, I'm just that's not the leak, I'm not saying that that's a Nintendo game. No, I have no idea. I just say F-Zero every time. I'm an F-Zero fan, I love F-Zero, but, oh my god, we're not gonna see an F-Zero game. You never do, you never do. If we see an F-Zero game, we're gonna freak out. 'Cause my god, we're not gonna see F-Zero. We're not gonna see F-Zero. Um, but yeah, no, I have no idea what to actually expect. No idea whatsoever. Um, Far off are we from this? Oh, we got a little bit longer. Um, yeah, so I think we'll probably get some maybe an amiibo reveal. I keep saying that like Nintendo's going to slow down amiibo, and they have for sure. But at the same time, actually, we'll probably get some Smash amiibo reveal. That yeah, that would be on the list of things. I'll add that. I think they'll reveal the next batch of Smash amiibo for sure. Um, but I think uh, what was I? Forgot already. uh, never mind. I guess. Oh, I was saying about slowing down amiibo. I keep saying that they're gonna slow down amiibo. Like outside of Smash, they're gonna slow down amiibo, not really do it, and then they reveal like the Skyward Sword amiibo and having amiibo support added to that, and it's like I keep expecting them to stop because the popularity of them are like dwindling. It's not that they'll never, you know, be a point where they don't sell because it's Nintendo, but just like the overall general public outside of collectors and like, you know, true Super Nintendo fans and stuff like that. I feel like that's where they're at with Amiibo. I don't think they're like selling to like kids and stuff like they initially were making their kind of demographic for Amiibo. So I was like, oh, they're gonna slow it down, probably kill it off eventually, just kind of quietly and silently, and then eventually be like, yeah, we're not making Amiibo anymore. But then they keep making Amiibo, so I don't know. I have no problem with it, other than the fact that I collect them, so I have to keep buying them even if I don't know what the character is. I'm like, oh, Monster Hunter, cool. I mean, I know what Monster Hunter is, but I'm not super knowledgeable on it. We'll see. We'll see in that department. I don't know. I would imagine if any amiibo are shown, it's just going to be maybe they'll re-showcase Skyward Sword again and be like, "Here's the amiibo." But any new amiibo, it'll probably just be Smash amiibo, unless there's some game announcement that requires it. But I could not think of what that is. But again, I don't really know what to expect in terms of games. It's 40 minutes, so I don't imagine they're going to have a huge amount of stuff. But considering it's focused exclusively on software, that's the one thing that's nice about Nintendo, though, is like if they don't announce anything that's like, oh my god, like that's the best thing in the world, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing because I don't know, uh, it's not like a Mario Odyssey 2 or something. They don't announce that, but they announce a bunch of like smaller games with maybe a few slightly bigger ones, which is what I've been hearing is what it's going to be, but we'll see. Um, at least Nintendo doesn't do the thing where like, and I've been seeing this in most of the E3 conferences where they have like presenters in it that are like doing like a skit or something, and they're like, "Oh, hello, character of our presentation. Let's talk about something funny." And then they waste like 5 minutes of your time, you know, because they're like talking about some joke about a game, but there's no reveal there. It's just their own banter. Like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for wasting my time." They announced, like, 5 games, and the rest of it in between their hour conference is just, like, jokes and stuff. And I'm fine with some extra bit of humor, but when it's, like, so much filler, it gets annoying. Nintendo doesn't do that too much. I mean, they do have presenters that come up. Really, the only way that Nintendo does filler is if they go, like, really in depth into a game. Last Direct, they were like, "Okay, let's look at, Project Triangle," or whatever it's called, or yeah, Project Triangle Strategy, the sequel to Octopath Traveler. Um, they were like, "Oh, let's go into detail. Let's go into the mechanics and how it works and the story lore." And it's like, I don't care. If I cared that much, I would like, do my research. I don't need to know in a Nintendo Direct. I'm not that involved. Um, so it was like that wasted a lot of time. It didn't really waste time though. That's the thing. A lot of people assume it wastes time. It doesn't. Like it feels like it to you because you're like, oh, there's only this much time. Like there's 40 minutes. Oh, you're taking up 5 of the amount of time. But I mean, if that segment was only a minute long, then the whole direct would have been shortened. They don't lengthen the direct to reach a certain time. They just, put everything they have together. So, they have 40 minutes or whatever. If there's 10 minutes of, I don't know, Pikmin, which is not the worst thing, but I'm not a huge Pikmin fan. But if there's 10 minutes of Pikmin, then, you know, there's just 30 minutes of stuff. It is what it is. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. We'll see what we have. I usually would say predictions for games, but again, I have no idea really what to expect. I can just say the things I expect and not to see. Well, that's not true. I expect to maybe see a little bit more in Splatoon 2. Some people have been predicting there's going to be a lot more in Splatoon 2. I don't think there's going to be, or Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3, sorry. Splatoon 2 is already out. Splatoon 3, I get confused because I never played Splatoon 2. I never bought it. Because I was waiting for it to go on sale, and then I'm like, wait, it's a Nintendo game. It doesn't. It's like $130 to get Splatoon 2 with the Octo expansion, at least in Canadian dollars. It's crazy. It's like, no, I'm not going to buy that. Like, I like Splatoon and I like the single player stuff, and I've heard good things about it, but like, not spending that much for all that. If it went on sale for like $70 for the expansion and the game, maybe. But I'm not going 130. That's insane. Anyway, uh, their time out. We were 5 minutes off. 5 minutes off. They have the Nintendo Treehouse after that's going for like 3 hours of just like stuff that's like gameplay and stuff. So I mean, if you look at the fact that they're like, oh, followed by around 3 hours of gameplay, then that definitely makes you have to think like, oh, they're announcing a lot of stuff, or they're going really in depth on one particular thing. So they got to announce at least either one big game or a lot of games to cover in 3 hours. Because on a Nintendo Treehouse, like they like going in depth. They'll play a game for 45 minutes sometimes, but like generally they don't go over that unless a game is really comfortable in showing a lot of content. So sometimes, usually, a game like Kirby would maybe be a game like that that would fill up a lot of time in that presentation. But seeing how it's like 3 hours, I've got to assume that they're either showing a really big game that is being generous, or they're showing just a lot. In that regard, I'm happy with either, unless they show a lot of games and most of them are turn-based RPGs, which they did last time. I have no problem with turn-based RPGs, I just don't enjoy them. Generally. I've played Mario and Luigi games, like Mario and Luigi's Bowser Inside Story, um, Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I like those games. When it comes to turn-based, it's one of the few ones I like. But then when they show like tons of turn-based stuff, I'm like, great. Where's the stuff I want to play? Like they showed quickly falling out of love with turn-based, yeah. Like they showed Mario like the Mario Rabbids game at the Ubisoft conference, and like it looks fine. I imagine they'll probably show that here. That's one thing I expect. Maybe not a full in-depth thing, but just like a little preview, just so that Nintendo has their thing to promote. So that's something I expect a little thing on at least. But like that's like all turn-based and stuff, and I'm like, it looks aesthetically great. I like the music composer for the game. One of my favorite video game like composers, because I actually have some of his music. But it's like I don't want to play the game because it's like a turn-based kind of XCOM-y kind of game sort of thing. So it's like, no thanks, I don't want to play that. But it looks great. To an extent. Rabbids are kind of wacky in them. I like Rayman better than the Rabbids, but Ubisoft seems to have forgotten what Rayman is, so I guess I have to live with that. Been a lot of people saying that Nintendo's next reveal, if it's at E3 for a Smash character, it's going to be Crash Bandicoot. Which I would be totally fine with. I would also be fine with Rayman, but that's not going to happen. Guarantee. However, I'd love to see that come full circle, because one of like the first like third-party character leaks for like Smash for Wii U was Rayman, but it was like a fake thing, but it was one of the best done ones because it actually had like footage of it, not gameplay, but just menu stuff. But it was like totally faked, really, really well done. But I'd love to see Rayman actually in Smash, because that would just be a hilarious thing to come back around to that and be like, look, he's real now. But yeah. Again, I don't want to set expectations too high on that either, because Nintendo is just going to be like, here's the next character. It's from Fire Emblem. I have no problem with Fire Emblem. I'm not a fan, but like, there's a lot of Fire Emblem characters in that game. Right, we should be any second now. We should be into this direct. I gotta watch out for DMCA too, so hopefully we're good on that front. I'm really only worried if they show like a third-party game, like an EA game, because EA likes to screw everybody over like that. Literally, last Nintendo Direct, nothing was DMCA claimed except for the EA Plants vs Zombies like game. Had third-party music in it. Everything else was fine. So, I mean, there you go. I'm not going to be sticking around for the treehouse on this stream. I do have other things to do afterwards. But we'll talk a little bit after the direct too. All right, we're good. Let's go into it. Yes, due to COVID-19. Gotcha. All right, let's see what we got. My sound's loud on my...
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya
Hello.
Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today.
Rare we have two of them at the same time.
Hello, I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide as well.
Nice.
The Nintendo Switch system is now in its 5th year, and many people around the world are playing games on it. Nintendo Switch is being enjoyed by a wide range of players spanning all ages and all levels of gaming experience. Thank you all very much.
Oh, cool.
We've been able to offer a wide variety of games on the system, not just from Nintendo, but also from our many development and publishing partners. I hope that each of you watching this Nintendo Direct
Okay,
will
well,
be
that
able to find a
makes
game
me worried.
that suits your personal tastes.
Today, we have news on upcoming Nintendo Switch games, and we'll be focusing on a selection of games releasing this year. We hope you enjoy it.
Alright.
Okay, to begin, please take a look at this video.
They've actually reiterated some this year's stuff. Okay, this is Smash, guarantee you. They always put the not actual gameplay footage on the bottom. That's Ganon. Dead Ganon. Okay. Who's throwing Ganon into the thing? It's Sephiroth? Oh. I don't know who that is. I'm kidding, I do, but I forget the series. Is that... Oh my god, I can't think of the game. It's escaped me. Not who I expected for the Smash reveal. Mind you, for me, character is more so interesting to me in terms of how they fight. I mean, I like to see characters that I know and I really enjoy, but I mean, I'd rather see an interesting character. The audio's off on this clip for some reason. God, I can't remember the series this guy's from. The stage looks really cool. I really like the stage. Ooh, that's a nice ultimate, actually. Or ultimate. Final Smash. Been playing too much Overwatch. Tekken. That's not a surprise, really. They've already had a partnership with people for Tekken. In a Pokken tournament. I mean, that's the Pokemon company, but, you know. That bridge is already there. Hey, Kirby always survives. Kirby's the immortal one in Smash.
Hello, I'm Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited and the director of the Super
Sakurai.
Smash Bros. Ultimate game. Kazuya Mishima from the fighting game series Tekken will join the battle. Surprise! I'll go over the details at a later date, so please sit tight. For today, though, we've prepared a
terrible.
short video to showcase Kazuya's moves in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Please take a look.
You know, honestly, I'm just happy that it's not another Fire Emblem character. I mean, it's kind of cool that we have, like, a Tekken and a Street Fighter character in the same game that's not either a Street Fighter or Tekken game. So that's kind of cool. So I'll give them credit on that. I think that's the really cool thing about Smash, is you just get a ton of, like, really cool abilities. I'll be honest, though. He seems like just like magical Ryu.
This
But
feels
anyway.
like Tekken. No, it's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'll talk about the fighter more in a future presentation. We still have to record
Awesome.
it first, actually.
Oh, nice.
The air date is shown below. Please stay tuned.
628. Not too bad. About what I expected
Thank you, Mr.
in that
Sakurai.
regard.
A new fighter, Kazuya, will join the fight in Super Smash
Kazuya.
Bros. Ultimate.
That's how you say that? Woo. Alright. I didn't
Please
try
look
it, so
forward to seeing
I'm happy
how
I didn't.
Kazuya, who has
I was gonna say
experienced
Kazuya.
many harsh battles across the Tekken series, will fight in this game.
Nice.
All right, let's continue
Looks
with
good.
the first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
Nintendo Switch headlines. That's not a Nintendo Switch headline?
Your choices matter in these emotional, supernatural
Alright, these are the
tales.
third-party ones. Okay, I'm muting it because I don't know if it's actually DMCA. I have no idea. Oh, this is the game. Oh, this is Life is Strange. Okay. Oh, is this the Life is Strange collection? Wow. Yeah, it's just the collection. This was already shown on the Square Enix one, so it's fine. Coming to Nintendo Switch. Yeah. I mean, none of these games are like so visually demanding that it's gonna look terrible on a Switch, so gameplay footage not final. Well, yeah, that's fine. I like the first Life is Strange. They announced they were remastering it,
True Colors launches on
but
Nintendo
like
Switch September 10th. And Life is Strange
it doesn't look that
Remastered
much
Collection
better.
comes to Nintendo Switch
They made
later
it
this
slightly
year.
darker and improved the animations very slightly.
There's something for everyone on the Nintendo Switch system.
Alright, what's this?
You are Star-Lord, leading a legendary band of heroes for hire in this thrilling action-adventure game. Jump
Okay, I
on a
guarantee you
wild
this has
ride
DMC
across
in
the
it too.
cosmos, overwhelm opponents with Star-Lord's daring combat style, and encounter iconic and original Marvel characters.
Actually, I don't know if it
You'll call
is.
the shots for
This might be the
unpredictable
DMCA free
guardians
version.
as you face cosmic
Okay, this
threats
was
to
also
save
talked
the
about on
galaxy.
the Square
You
Enix
got
one.
this. Probably.
Looks okay. It looks okay for a game, honestly.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy blasts onto Nintendo Switch October 26th.
It looks like they
Worms everywhere.
really
In this
like matched
arena-based
match
shooter,
the
you'll
Marvel
squish your invertebrate opponents
connection
in 32
of the
player
characters, even though it's
cross-platform
not
combat,
actually like
playing
Chris
daily
Pratt or
challenges,
Dave
battle modes,
Bautista.
and seasonal events to
It's just
worm
like
your way
characters
up the
that
ranks.
look like them.
Plus, the Patchwork Bear outfit exclusive
Worms
to the
Rumble.
Nintendo
I like
Switch
Worms,
version
but I haven't
will
played a
be
Worms game
available
in a
for free for
while.
2 weeks after launch. A new map, Spaceport Showdown, launches with Worms Rumble wriggling onto Nintendo
That looks
Switch
very
June
different
23rd.
for like a
Get
Worms game. It looks almost
25%
like a
discount when you pre-order the game
fighting
starting
Smash kind of
today
game.
on Nintendo eShop.
I like classic Worms games. They're cool.
The fantastical realm of Orcanon
It's turn-based, but it
awaits.
doesn't feel like it.
As you explore this fully hand-painted world, you'll customize a team of demigods and unleash devastating attacks and captivating turn-based
Ooh, the frame rate of
combat.
that game is not great.
Astria Ascending launches on Nintendo Switch September 30th.
Art style looks interesting, like, you know, just well done, but
Return to
2
the
Point
funny,
Campus.
charming, and quirky world of 2 Point County. In the
Oh, 2
wholesome
Point County?
management sim 2 Point Campus, you'll build
Oh.
and run your very
That's
own
just the
university
place.
the way you want it. Lots
Yeah,
of
I saw
creative
this,
tools at your disposal to make the school yours
a
and
lot of
take
like
your
these kind of
educational
games
empire to
don't
the next level.
pull me in
Enrollment
unless
for
they
2
look
Point
like they're
Campus
done like
starts on
really, really
Nintendo
well.
Switch next
This
year.
game looks super barren to me. Like, it looks empty and kind of artificial.
A beloved series rolls into its
Okay.
20th anniversary this year.
Yeah, this is what I know about. Oh no. There he is. Aye aye. That's awesome, dude. I'm actually kind of hyped for this one. I love Monkey Ball. And it looks like it's like a collection of every single Monkey Ball game remastered into the same game, which is amazing. Oh my god. Wow, it looks great. Wow, look at that. It looks fantastic. Oh, and the mini games are back? Oh my god, dude. And I believe they got the narrator back, and they didn't know who the narrator was for a long time. They never, like, credited
Go
him.
Bananas wins Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania.
But some person
rolls
put
onto
in the work
Nintendo
to find
Switch
who it
October
was.
5th.
October 5th, not bad. Alright, I'm getting that one.
It's a blast from parties past, and you're
Oh.
invited.
New Mario Party?
Ready for another round of Mario Party mayhem? Of course you are. It's a superstar collection of Mario Party boards and minigames.
Okay, so
Live it
basically
up on
Super
5
Mario Party
classic
2.
boards from the Nintendo 64 era, including Peach's birthday cake and
Wow, that
Space
looks
Hulk.
really good.
Each board is packed
Like, just
with
visually
zany
looks
events guaranteed
awesome.
to keep you on your toes. And when we say zany, we mean it. Jump.
Better
Connect
have
blocks,
online.
and give facelifts? In hilarious over-the-top minigames,
That looks great.
all of which support button controls.
I never bought Super Mario Party,
100 minigames from the
which
Mario
apparently
Party
has
series
online now,
catalog.
so maybe
You'll
there'd be a
have
reason to buy
blast
it,
in
but
this all-star fun fest. Here's a little party favor. All game modes work with online play.
Perfect. They knew they had to say it.
Partying solo, you can randomly match with other partygoers
Okay.
worldwide.
Makes me immediately more
Playing a
interested.
board
I didn't
game
get
online
Mario
with
Super
friends?
Mario Party because it didn't have
Save
the
your
online.
progress mid-game, grab a snack, then resume the festivities.
Nice.
Stickers are also
Okay.
available to communicate with others. It's time to partay in Mario Party Superstars,
Partay!
launching on the Nintendo Switch system October 29th. Pre-orders
Why
begin
did you
today
say it
on
like that?
Nintendo eShop.
All right. Sure.
What did you think?
Looks
Before
good.
we show this next trailer, I'd like to say one thing. Currently, we're working hard on the latest game in the Metroid Prime series, Metroid Prime
Yeah.
4, which we previously announced.
We're not seeing
But
Metroid
today,
Prime 4.
We'd like to introduce another new entry in the Metroid franchise.
All right, so it's a different
Please take a
Metroid
look.
game. I heard Metroid Prime 4 is super in development hell right now, so maybe we'll see that someday, but they announced that game way too early, dude. Metroid 5. Oh, is it just a straight up new like Metroid game? Dude, that's cool. Is it actually just a new Metroid game? I've never been a huge fan of Metroid, but I still realize it's a good announcement. The heck is that thing? Oh my god. That's a... Woo! It looks good though. And also terrifying to be chased by that thing. It's not as big as I thought it was gonna be. Metroid Dread. Nice. Alright. That looks good. Looks really good, actually. I don't know the last time I played a Metroid game. It's been a long time. I played one on... Was it a DS, maybe? There's a Metroid game? I don't know, I played a Metroid game on something, but I didn't play a lot of it. I don't know, maybe I should get back into a Metroid game. Try it out. Looks interesting enough. Oh, and they're showing that one off on Treehouse. Nice, nice. October 8th, not bad. Pretty good, pretty good.
That was the trailer for the first new 2D Metroid game in roughly 19 years. The brand new Metroid Dread game.
Really?
As the name
19
Dread
years.
implies, this is a Metroid game.
There's
with a
gotta
new
be other
feel,
games that were 2D.
showcasing a variety of threats.
It's
that
just not a
Samus will
mainline
encounter.
game, right?
It's scheduled to be released on October 8th. So
What was
it won't
Metroid
be too
Samus
long
Returns? That was
until
one,
launch.
right?
On
That's
that same
2D.
day, we'll also be releasing amiibo figures for Samus and
Yep,
the
that makes sense.
the robot seen in the video.
Well, looks like I gotta
Let's
buy
move on
something.
to more Nintendo Switch headlines.
At least it's not bundled with the game. I hated when they did that
These
for a little
familiar
while.
franchises
Where they
are
were,
back
you could only
on
get the amiibo
Nintendo
if you got the
Switch.
game.
Get ready,
Up, up,
Sig.
up, 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 up. Nope. We're done with that. Automatically copyright. I say that, it feels like they're playing a track that's actually like not a DMCA thing right now. But I guarantee it's not. Okay, that's also DMCA. They showed Just Dance off on the Ubisoft thing as well. Or was it Ubisoft? I don't know. Whatever. That was shown off already. I don't really care too much about it. Mind you, that preview was a lot better than their preview. Dragon Ball Z.
Relive
All right.
the story of Goku and other Z fighters through 4 sagas in this action RPG. Say
Action
it.
RPG, huh?
Protect the Earth from an invasion by Vegeta and
Okay.
Nappa.
I'm not
Frieza,
at all a fan
take a
of
stand against the evil
Dragon Ball.
Emperor.
Like, I don't hate it or
So,
anything. Like, if you're a fan
Battle
of it,
the
fine.
androids in a fight to the death.
I've had no interest.
Majin Buu. an
The
epic
only thing
showdown
Dragon
with the
Ball I
most
like is
fearsome
one, the
foe.
art style, and two,
Along with the main story, you can explore the
I
vast
love
world
making the
Dragon
joke
Ball Z,
that can still be made and
Hey,
probably
why not
will
help
forever
out the
be able to be
locals?
made
or collect
is
ingredients for delicious
Goku in
meals.
Smash?
You could
Goku.
always train to acquire new skills
He's in
too.
Smash, brother.
There are lots of things
He's
to
a new
keep you busy.
character.
The boss battle episodes
What I
A New
mean.
Power Awakens
Other
parts
than that.
1 and 2 is also included. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot plus
September,
A New
though, not
Power
too bad.
Awakens set punches its way onto Nintendo Switch.
I do like that
September
these games are
24th.
talking about are actually 2021 and not like Splatoon.
Grab a golf club and get ready to tee
That's
off.
Mario Golf. That's a full price game though, dude. I
The
can't.
Mario Golf Super Rush game
I'm not
launches
that
soon.
interested in golf to spend full price
Here's
on a
quick
golf
glimpse
game.
into each of the modes. Standard golf. Take your time to read the wind and terrain on the greens.
I will say the game looks a lot better than when they first showed it. It was very
Get
empty
different
looking at
types of
first.
shots and aim for under par.
Desert still looks a little empty, but it's a desert. What do you expect?
Speed golf. Smack
But
your
that
ball
looks
and
way
chase
better.
after it. Be the first to
There was
get
like
your
no
ball in the
trees
hole.
before. Looked really
Outpace
weird.
your rivals with special dashes and special shots. Battle golf.
Battle
Duke it
golf.
out over
That
9
okay?
flat
Now
balls
that
in
looks
an
great.
obstacle-filled arena.
Oh my god, they have speed
Capture 3
pads.
flags to win.
Okay, that actually
Golf
looks
adventure.
kind of hype.
Go from rookie to pro with your Mii character. The golfing challenges that await may
Oh,
surprise
there's
you.
bosses and stuff. Okay, this trailer just made
And
me.
here's some news.
Oh
Free
my
updates
god,
are
there's
planned for
Metro
future release,
Metro
including additional
Kingdom,
courses and playable characters.
Mario Odyssey.
The fairway's almost open, so set your tee time and get ready to ace those
Wait,
shots.
you can play as King
in Mario
Bomb?
Golf Super Rush, swinging onto the Nintendo Switch
What?
system June 25th.
Okay, now I want to
Pre-orders are
play
available now on
Mario
Nintendo
Golf.
eShop.
Damn it, Nintendo. Is
Ready for the ride of a lifetime?
that Monster Hunter?
Welcome to the vast and vibrant world of Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter.
As a rider
Hello.
in this RPG adventure, you'll explore diverse
That's
landscapes by riding your Monstie, a monster companion. Gather materials such as honey and ore, then use them to craft items for your journey.
I was surprised they didn't actually show a lot of Monster Hunter at all on
But beware of
Capcom's
the many monsters roaming about.
conference yesterday. They talked about a little bit of
but others
DLC,
may
but they didn't show
suddenly
any of
ambush.
this.
To fight,
Capcom didn't show much
you'll
of
team up with
anything,
your
actually.
Monstie,
They were very
use weapons and
boring.
skills to overwhelm enemy monsters and turn-based
Didn't announce
battles.
anything new
Win,
other than
and you'll be
there's
rewarded
Resident Evil
with their
DLC we're
materials,
making.
which can be forged into
Cool.
new weapons and armor. Hey, is that an egg? You might be able to hatch a new monster.
Looks like an egg.
Incredibly powerful Monsties can also hatch from rare eggs. Need more
Monsties?
traveling buddies? Join up with friends for co-op multiplayer
Why would you
quests and
call it
battles.
Monsties?
Buckle up, Ryder.
Sounds
It's going to
ridiculous.
be a real monster of an adventure.
Hey dude, I got my
Monster Hunter Stories
Monstie.
2: Wings of Ruin soars
In
onto
an egg.
Nintendo Switch July 9th.
You want to trade a
You can play the free
Monsties?
demo on June 25th and carry over your save data to the full game.
Available July 9th. Very soon.
Here's a new game from the head of a certain company.
Oh my god, there's a WarioWare!
Did you miss me? Hey,
Oh my-
what
I
you mean?
did.
Who am I?
Wario.
It's me, Wario.
Oh my god.
It's finally ready. A brand new game from my company. Check it out.
They're letting him
You
talk
can
as
control
Wario?
Me.
That's amazing.
Time to do this.
Wario's allowed to say words, but
Look at
Mario's
me
not.
go. Wah, rats.
That's
Check out
awesome.
these chumps.
Oh my God.
They came back and they have wonderful new talents. Throw that stick thing. Not the bad.
Okay, that's
Use
actually
the
sweet.
spinning whatchamacallit. Ha! Nailed it.
Weirdly, you're playing as the characters in WarioWare. You're not
Different
really like,
abilities.
oh, different ability. What?
Wah, I almost forgot
Okay, that's
some big
actually sick.
news. 2 people can play together at the same time.
Oh my god, it's like WarioWare Party.
Or else. Eh? Not nice. All right, you. Yes, you.
Okay, just tell me it has
Watching
online
this,
for the co-op.
better get ready for some
And I will
micro-game
automatically buy this.
mayhem.
The WarioWare Get It Together game launches exclusively
Get
on
It
the
Together.
Nintendo Switch system September 10th. Pre-orders begin today.
Alright, I'll have to read
on
more into
Nintendo
that.
eShop.
But that looks good. I'm not pre-ordering it right yet. I have to look.
What you just saw was the trailer for WarioWare. Get it
A friend of mine is
together.
playing TF2 that I haven't seen play TF2
In
in
the
a very
latest
long time.
installment of this series, there are new microgames that let you control Wario and his friends.
That's
There
awesome.
is also a two-player co-op mode, which greatly expands the gameplay. It's releasing in the near future, so stay tuned.
That looks great. I heard it's not going to be full price because they
Next,
were
please take a
asking
look at
people
this.
like little kind of surveys just randomly like, hey, would you pay like $40 for a WarioWare game?
As a high school student living in Tokyo,
So hey, I'll do
life
that.
is fairly normal.
Looks fine.
But that
game.
reality is upended after you get pulled into a different dimension.
Fatal Frame. The answer is no, but I'd be up for that too. Oh,
Another Tokyo exists, a post-apocalyptic world where angels
my
and
God.
demons reside.
I like the story concept.
Suddenly, you fuse with a mysterious figure, gaining the power to fight demons.
Oh,
What lies ahead in this alternate realm?
that's kind of cool. Oh, Shin Megami Tensei.
The world is now
Yeah, that's a series that
transformed
exists.
into a sprawling demon
Frame rate
infested
looks
wasteland.
terrible on this, but
Though friendly demons do exist here, many are hostile
looks alright.
and will
Like
attempt
visually.
to destroy
Not a
you.
game I'd play.
Harness your
'Cause
newfound
it's
powers
turn-based.
to fight demons using a command-based system, finding their weak point.
I'm hyped
is
for
key.
WarioWare though. I'm getting
By
that.
targeting it, the number of consecutive actions
I knew
you
they
can
were
perform
asking
in a
people about
combo will
WarioWare and
increase.
like, you know, would
Though
you buy a
demons are
WarioWare game? So there was like, oh,
formidable
maybe there's a
opponents.
WarioWare, or they're thinking about making
You
one.
may be able to recruit them via negotiations.
There it is.
Which begin when you open a
I
conversation.
mean, that's not it,
with them.
obviously. But you know what I mean. Yeah, dude. If it's like less price, like if it's under the price of a full
if the
game,
negotiation is successful,
then there's no
a
reason not to
demon
get it.
will
At that
become
point.
a powerful ally.
Ooh.
In some cases, by rejecting a
Mhm.
demon's request, they may feel motivated and join you as an ally. Demons that do join will fight alongside you
You
and
get
grow
demon
stronger.
allies? Guys, it's
By
demon
fusing
Pokemon.
demon allies, another demon can be created.
Oh my god.
Newly
They
fused
just made
demons'
Jeff
innate
Goldblum.
abilities will vary, granting you a powerful ally, customized to your needs. and
Fairy Jack
playstyle.
Frost. That's a demon? I don't think so.
Challenge the many demons roaming this post-apocalyptic world by harnessing the power of your own.
I like the environment work though. Environments look good.
What destiny will you
I know
choose?
this is kind of like a big thing. Oh, and they're gonna
Shin
be playing this
Megami
on
Tensei
Treehouse
5
too.
will launch exclusively on Nintendo Switch November 12th.
Number 12. Okay.
Pre-orders for the physical version begin June 21st.
Okay. I'm good.
That was the latest trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5 from Atlas.
I forgot that was one that I should have been
This
expecting
is the newest
now.
game in the series. Please look forward to future updates. Let's see a few more Nintendo Switch headlines.
A few more. Alright, you know what? Nintendo's already won E3 in my opinion.
Celebrate 10 years.
And they haven't even
Danganronpa
announced anything super
in
major.
despair.
Well, I guess Metroid was good. Oh my god, is this Star Fox?
Testing, testing. Mic
No.
check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system.
Oh. What is it? Danganronpa? Yeah.
3 games in the deadly Danganronpa series are coming to Nintendo Switch.
Danganronpa. That's what it said.
I am this school.
Monokuma, the self-proclaimed
I've heard a lot of
school
good things
has
about this
trapped
game, like
you
just
and
in
other
terms
high
of
school
like it's
students
actually
in
really
game
well done,
of
but
literal life and death. Unfortunately, the
I'm
only
not
way out of
a
the
fan.
school and this lethal game is to betray the other students. And so it begins.
Oh my god, you have to betray other people? That's amazing.
When a student meets their demise, a class trial will take place to reveal the culprit.
You're the culprit, aren't you, Mila?
Tanya, I had no idea.
They probably moved the body there.
Use the evidence you've gathered to refute contradictions and find the guilty party.
Sneak attack.
Oh my god, you have to like kill people? Dude, it's Anime Among Us.
Are you okay?
Plus,
Dude,
the
Nagito
board
is
game from Danganronpa
sus.
D3 Killing Harmony has been expanded into a
Makoto.
standalone game.
Yep, I don't trust
Danganronpa
them.
S Ultimate Summer Camp. An all-star cast of
Ultimate
characters
Summer
from the
Camp.
Danganronpa series will come together to battle at a tropical resort. Who's the
That name
strongest
just
of them
made me
all in
laugh.
this ultimate beach brawl? The 4-game collection Danganronpa Decadence launches as a physical exclusive on Nintendo Switch later this year.
Exclusive, wow.
All 4 games will also be individually
That's a rare thing to hear from
available on
Nintendo,
eShop.
other than like their own games, to have an exclusive title. Oh my god, it actually is Fatal Frame,
You're
dude.
not afraid of ghosts.
It's actually Fatal Frame. They're re-releasing Made in Blackwater. I was joking when I said Fatal Frame. Mind you, I'm totally fine with this re-release
In this
because
horror-adventure
it
game,
released on
you
Wii
uncover the
U
mysteries
and nobody
surrounding
played it.
the ethereal but deadly
And the
Monkey
release was
Kong,
also really
believed to
bad,
be at
like
the center of many
even if you had a Wii U to
disappearances.
play it,
Ghosts
it was a
frequent
very
this mountain.
limited release.
Your only defense is a camera that can repel and cast them out.
So this is totally good that they re-released this, because now people can actually play the
Face
game.
your fears as you explore a variety of unsettling locations.
It was a cool idea with the Wii
This
U, because the
spine-chilling
gamepad was
story
like your
features
camera,
various protagonists, letting you experience the game
but
from
like
different
again it was Wii U,
perspectives.
so
New
immediately
costumes
fail
and photo
there.
modes are included in this version. Can you investigate Mount Hikami and stay alive? Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water.
That's
released
really good,
onto
actually.
Nintendo Switch this year.
I like the idea of Fatal Frame, so maybe that'd be
These
something I
games and
actually want to
DLC
get.
are coming soon. Some even today.
Games and DLC, dude. Doom!
Your war is not over. Raise hell in the first campaign expansion for Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 1.
Oh, they got the Ancient Gods on Switch now?
Deeper
Sorry.
and more
They
challenging
got Doom
combat
music?
awaits as you
I'm
eliminate
always,
hell's
I love
newest
Doom music, it's my
threats
favorite
in
soundtrack, dude.
demon-infested ruins and
God.
rain-swept terrain.
Not Mick Gordon,
fate
but
of the
it's
cosmos
still
is in
good.
your
It's still a
hands.
bop.
Get slaying when this
I like
campaign
Mick Gordon a lot.
expansion launches on Nintendo
But it's not,
Switch later
not his
today.
music for the DLC, unfortunately.
Get ramped up for 2 iconic skateboard.
I'm muting that because I don't know. I assume it's copyright stuff for Tony Hawk. Looks good. I'm surprised it's on Switch. It looks really good on Switch. Like, it's a lower resolution, I think. But it still looks good. Pretty good, pretty good. Pre-order's nice.
Years, Sateki, the Witch Queen, has risen from the
Strange
dead.
Brigade.
Only one group of heroes can stop her. The Strange Brigade. In this
I've
thrilling
never heard of
adventure,
this.
you'll blast through an army of mummified monstrosities while solving puzzles in booby-trapped dungeons. Go it alone or team up with other daring adventurers in local
Oh.
wireless co-op and online play.
Kind of like a PvE
Expect
thing.
the unexpected.
That's cool.
When Strange Brigade launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
I like PvE stuff.
It's a new adventure of cosmic proportions.
Here's Mario and Rabbids.
Mario and his friends will team up with the Rabbids once again.
They
to restore
shortening this
order to
trailer
the
down? Yeah,
galaxy.
they are.
Our heroes must stop a mysterious new evil from plunging the universe into
Yeah, they
chaos.
showed this on the Ubisoft one already. So they're shortening down the
Rabbit
trailer.
Rosalina joins them. Wait, is she bored already? Explore planets filled with quirky residents and even quirkier secrets.
Looks good though. They say this is pre-alpha footage.
And
It
in
looks
this fresh
really, really
take on the
good.
tactical genre, our heroes can run freely around the battlefield.
I mean, it's a lot easier to have a pre-alpha
Strategic
for a
and
sequel
chaotic
when you already
possibilities.
developed the first game, obviously,
Aim
but
for victory. With a
still,
little
it
help
looks
from your friends.
fantastic.
Wait, who's that? Well,
Yeah, they
one
have an
thing's
original
certain.
character too.
This is gonna be one heck of a galactic adventure. Mario plus Rabbids.
I like the
Sparks of
logo, it
Hope
looks really
launches
good.
Into space or onto Nintendo Switch next year.
But I don't care. And that's 2022 too, but they had to talk about it. The Orange Star Nation is under attack. Is this Kirby? It sounds like Kirby. Oh. I'm gonna mute that too, because I don't know. Sorry. I know some people are annoyed at muting, but I want to have my Twitch channel still exist tomorrow, so that'd be great. Looks interesting. I like how that animation looks 2D, but it kind of looks like it's partially 3D. It looks like they're faking it, like making it look 2D, but it's actually not. But if that's the case, they're doing a great job. Yeah, I think that's actually 3D. I don't think this music's actually copyrighted now that I hear it, but... Oh, Advanced Wars. I have heard about that before. I don't really care too much. Old Tonka games. It does look like that, doesn't it?
Everything. All right.
My God.
This next segment will be our last announcement of the day.
Last announcement?
Please
Okay.
take a look.
Nintendo always finishes off strong. Come on. You gotta do it. Oh, Breath of the Wild. Oh, they're gonna show the expansion pass now. Let's go. I haven't played Age of Calamity. I gotta play it. I have to get it. Oh my God, you can play as a Guardian. Was that already in the game, or is that new? I gotta assume it's new. And if it's not, why have I not played this game sooner? That looks cool. We're giving Link a lethal rope. Oh, and the Master Cycle as well. Nice. Like Zelda gets the Master Cycle. That's sweet. Wave 1 plus Pulse of the Ancients. Dude. That's pretty sweet.
Hello there. I'm AG.
He's on the black screen again. He's not going to say anything about Breath of the Wild 2, guys.
What you've just seen is a trailer for the first wave of DLC for the Hyrule Warriors
There's no Breath of the Wild 2.
expansion pass from Koei Tecmo Games.
I didn't set my expectations to that because I knew they wouldn't show
Link
anything.
and his allies through more battles that took place 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I hope you'll look forward to it. I have a few
like
more
that
things
subtle-
to share with you all today.
Oh?
We'll begin with The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD game, which launches next month.
Dude.
You'll
Teasing.
immerse yourself in the role of Link by using 2 Joy-Con
I was wondering if
controllers
they're
for
going
intuitive
to
motion
actually talk
controls,
about
or by playing in handheld mode, wielding the
Skyward Sword
and
again,
flicking
just
the
because
stick
they
in
can.
button-only controls.
There it is.
This game depicts the
Amiibo.
oldest era in the Legend of Zelda series.
Mention the
the
amiibo,
story
you gotta
of
mention
how
it.
it all began. What is the origin of the Master Sword? Why did a woman named Zelda become the legend for future generations?
Zelda got
These
the
will
big
all be
nose in this one.
unraveled in this game. We hope you're looking forward to the Legend
I
of
don't
Zelda
care enough.
Skyward
It looks
Sword
fine,
HD.
but like I could just run it through an emulator and upscale it. Like I don't need to do that.
Next up,
Oh God, another one.
here's a little something you might like.
A Zelda
This is a
Game & Watch.
system that lets you play 3 games in the Legend of Zelda series. This year, the original Legend of Zelda game reaches its 35th anniversary. While we don't have any campaigns or other Nintendo Switch games planned, we've been working on this Game & Watch system as a special item to help mark the occasion and reflect fondly on the earliest
I don't know where the
days of
console is,
Legend of
but
Zelda.
I got the box for the other one. There's the Mario
It will
one.
come with the first game in the series, The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link,
I didn't buy it. It's just in.
and the Game Boy
That's-
version of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening game, as well as a special version of the Game & Watch title Vermin, starring Link as the playable character. So that's 4 games on one system, from longer
Alright.
Legend of Zelda games to the pick-up-and-play game Vermin.
Fine. It's the same as the other one.
In addition, regarding the watch functionality
There's a clock.
for the Game & Watch system, we've added a playable clock based on The Legend of Zelda,
Kind of hard to read.
and an interactive timer themed after Zelda 2, The Adventure
A
of Link.
timer. Guys, Nintendo's like on their way to make a phone, guys. They're gonna make a phone. Oh my god.
We hope you'll enjoy playing this Game & Watch system whenever and wherever you'd like. All right, here's the last thing we have to show you. This is the sequel to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god, they're actually gonna show
2
it.
years have passed since we first announced this game, and we've been unable to share anything with you in that time. However, development has been steadily progressing. For today, we've prepared
Wow.
some new footage to show a bit more of the game. Please take a look.
Gonna be cinematic though, not gameplay. And they're gonna say the quarter, if anything. Oh my god, what? All right, I'll shut up. Ooh. We're in the sky. Dude. Oh my god. Whoa. Flamethrower. Oh my god. Volley scale can go through the floor now. Oh, look at that. A lot more buildings around, you notice that? Wow. 2022. Alright, just a year. Looks
So,
great.
what did you think? This time around, the setting for the adventure has been expanded to include the skies above Hyrule. We'd like to ask you to wait a bit longer. We're aiming for a 2022 release, so
That's
I hope
fine.
you'll look forward to it.
Looks great. I was expecting underwater. But I'm
How was
okay
that?
with that.
That's all for this Nintendo Direct.
Nice.
We are
There you go.
diligently continuing development on a number of
I wasn't
other
expecting
games
it
we
either.
didn't show today.
Wasn't a
I
lot.
hope you'll continue looking forward to what's
good
in
enough.
store on Nintendo
Got a
Switch.
general idea of what it looks like now.
Thank you for watching.
Why did Link have different hair? You notice that? He did, but then he didn't. At the same time. Wow. Well. Nintendo. Whoa, 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 up, 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 up. Whoa. What's going on? Why? Oh my god. Connection freaked out a little bit there. Hopefully you're still with me. I don't know what happened there. For some reason something Nintendo did. Nintendo wanted to fail the thing. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. Crazy, dude. Man, I wasn't actually expecting. I was literally not expecting Breath of the Wild 2. I cannot believe that they actually announced Breath of the Wild 2. Or not announced it, but you know, they actually showed some more footage of it. I was wondering how they were going to expand the world because, like, yes, you can use the old world and everything, but if they're going to use the old world and not change it really, then, like, you know, it's not going to be interesting. So they got to do something to change it. So, hey, let's put some of it in the sky. Yeah, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Wow, that looks fantastic. Go figure, they're releasing Skyward Sword, and then Breath of the Wild 2 is also in the sky. Go figure that. I'm so interested in what that portal effect thing is. Yeah, I'm curious. I feel like that might just be looking at it and based on how they showed it. I mean, there'll definitely be some puzzle mechanics probably based on that or interesting ways to use it outside of what they showed. But if it's just for going like up and not like horizontal, then I would have to think it's probably just a way to make it easier to go upwards using what looked like Rivali's Gale. It had the same kind of green effect when they first launched, so it looked like it's just a way to get onto islands easier. So So I'm not sure. It's still interesting though. There's probably more implication to that than just that, especially storyline wise. Link's hair looked different there, which was weird. Um, so not sure what that was about. Um, but it looked great. Looked fantastic. Um, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm just taken aback they actually said anything. I was really not expecting it. I was expecting because he's in his like Eiji Aonuma's like in his room again, his black void with the slight blue at the bottom. He's just gonna be like, nope, see ya. uh, that's what I was expecting. But all right, that's awesome. It looks like there's some more stuff to do with stasis too now, which is great because I always felt like stasis had like cool potential, but I always felt like it was annoying to use like strategically in combat or anything. So giving it like what seemed to be more of a reason to use stasis in like combat scenarios seems actually really cool. So I'm happy about that. Playing Breath of the Wild right at the moment like is fun for sure. I've been enjoying playing it on stream. Um, and everything, but there's been some things that I'm like, man, I really wish the runes were better and more viable in other scenarios other than just like puzzles or things like that. So I think that it looks like to be maybe a partial focus of that. So that's interesting. Um, it still did not reveal too much about the story, but looking at the map there, right at the end, there was some buildings on the bottom, and I kind of recognized the area where that was. So my thought is that it's like a Back to the Past kind of thing, possibly. If that's the case, then that's cool too. So that would change the main map because there'd be more things in it that would be different. And then you have the sky too. So not bad. Again, that's just theory on that, but it looked like possibly, maybe. That is also the case. New Metroid game, that's cool too. That's a big announcement too. That didn't feel like a big announcement at first, but it is a big announcement actually. Um, so I mean that's cool. WarioWare, Monkey Ball, WarioWare, Monkey Ball, a Metroid game, a little bit more info on Breath of the Wild 2. I think that's pretty much it. And Mario Golf looks more interesting too now. God, the Battle Golf was like immediately like, okay, that looks good, and there'll be DLC. Okay. Okay, I'm more interested. Am I gonna get it still? Not sure. Oh, and the Mario Party thing too. God. Yeah, Nintendo, you did good enough. You did good enough. And the Smash character, which is Tekken, but still looks interesting to play. So I'm fine with it. I don't care. It's a fine character. As long as it's not Fire Emblem, I'm fine with it. Oh man. Well, yeah, that was not too bad. That was a lot better than other conferences and stuff like that, or E3 and stuff, because like Capcom showed literally nothing. Ubisoft showed a bit of not really like they showed a tiny bit of stuff, but most of their stuff was like new stuff for existing games. And the new stuff they did show didn't look very good. I think Far Cry looks really visually terrible um for a Far Cry game. Um and like nothing grabbed me there. Square Enix was not good at all, really. They didn't really show a lot either, and it just wasn't good. Devolver Digital's one was fine. I had no problem with theirs. They showed one game that, actually, now that I'm here, I open this real quick. I have this wish list here of games I added. There's a few like kind of smaller indie games that I added here. We got like this. This is the game that Devolver Digital announced or kind of showed a bit more of. The release date's the 22nd this month, so it's almost out. It's still early access though, when it comes out. But it's called Phantom Abyss. It actually looks great. It's like a first-person kind of speed run game, but you can play it co-op with other people. I don't think you have to, and you literally like go through randomly generated tombs, and you get treasure at the end, which you can keep and use in other dungeons and stuff, and they're all randomly generated. So it looks interesting. It looks like a really good stream game. So I'd love to play that on stream whenever it comes out. It's on the wish list right now. I don't know how much it's going to be price wise, but looks good. Looks good. I'd definitely be interested to play that. Why are there less games in my thing now? What? Oh, there we go. Okay. I have this game, Happy Game. This was just a game that I'd play on my own. I don't think it'd be a good stream game, but maybe. I don't know. It's a very dark game called Happy Game, and I think that's hilarious. There's this game called Severed Steel. It looks like a good like slow motion FPS sort of thing. It's very like Max Payne like. There's this game Silt, which looks very like Limbo. If you've ever played Limbo, it's very Limbo like. And then this Warcry Challenges, which is like a speed run looking kind of Doom kind of game as well. I like speedy FPS games. I've been into those recently. I really liked when we played Cyberhook the last time. It wasn't a, wasn't a shooter game really. It was a little bit though, not very much though. It was more of a swinging thing, but it was still really fun. So that might be something to. Those might be a few things to play on stream in the future. However, I'm also hoping to play Death Stranding again. I played Death Stranding a while ago for a second time on stream, but I didn't finish it fully. I did play a good chunk of it though, but then there was the Death Stranding director's cut that was announced in the Summer Games Fest presentation a few days ago, and apparently in the upcoming weeks there's going to be more news on that. I think for the most part that's kind of like the PS5 patch for Death Stranding, but at the same time I think that hopefully that extra content comes to PC too, and if it does, I will get it and we'll play that and return to it. Probably a fresh profile again, but whatever. It'll give me more reason to do it though, because then we'll have all that DLC content that's added, the Cyberpunk stuff, the Half-Life Alyx stuff, the like whatever's added in the director's cut. Like that's a lot of stuff. That's really cool. So that might give me a bit more reason to play it again. So that might be something to do. But yeah, anyway, Nintendo's Direct though, overall, good. It was good. It's not the strongest E3 they've ever had for sure. They've had better ones, but I mean it was pretty good, honestly. Like again, I think some people are gonna be like, wow, I mean they showed Breath of the Wild 2, that's cool. But the rest of it was kind of tame. I think it was good enough. I mean, it worked for me. It worked enough for me. So I'll have to see the online consensus, but I think comparatively, I don't think anybody can argue that comparatively their presentation versus something like what Ubisoft did or what Square Enix did or what Capcom did is worse than those. I think Nintendo is probably still the best one of this E3. You could maybe argue that Xbox is better than that. But I think that depends on the games that you're into. I think that's kind of one to be debated between those two for sure. But those were really the only two good ones. The rest of them were pretty not great. Devolver Digital was okay, but they're not a major player in that. They're just kind of a smaller thing. But they did fine. Anyway, that's all for me though. I have to go now because I have some other stuff I need to do. I hope you guys had a good time. We just kind of chilled out with that. Did some stuff. Watch that. And yeah. Next stream for me will likely to be tomorrow. We'll probably do some Breath of the Wild. First Breath of the Wild, not Breath of the Wild 2, even though I'd love to play that game. I think everybody would. Um, but yeah, we'll return to that. We have a little bit more to do in that. But we're getting closer to ending that game too, and actually beating it and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be fun for sure. So other than that, though, that's all for me for now. That Breath of the Wild stream will probably be, if it's tomorrow, it'll be probably like noon or so tomorrow, Eastern time. So I will just say that if you are wanting to come by on that one, that is roughly the time. I'll tweet about it like I normally do as well. But that is probably when that stream will be. So anyway, that's all for me for today. Thank you guys for coming by, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys later.